guys heard of a band called Flogging Molly?
I think so.
Love these guys.
I've never heard of these.
Flogging Molly.
Didn't you tell me about them the other time?
I think I did.
Another day.
Yeah, great. Drunken Lullabies. Great song.
Primarily critical.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Primarily Critical. At Movies at After Party, this would be it.
Whoa! If you have not seen this film, we suggest that you do so before viewing any further.
Because we got spoilers, trivia, and opinions like crazy, and we can't wait to share them.
Good, bad, new, old, weird, or gross.
We pass judgment on them all.
Today, depending on who you ask, a fart could be art. My name is Steve. I'm here with
Phil.
and
John.
today we're talking about Velvet Buzzsaw, and you can find that on Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
Yep.
I was disappointed.
I was disappointed too.
This is like the same crew that brought you Nightcrawler,
Yeah.
and
That was a great movie.
it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that I didn't like this movie because I didn't like any of the characters. Right? I didn't enjoy any of them. All of them were crappy people.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Pretentious, snooty.
Oh well, yeah, that's well.
That's part and parcel with the art world. Is that what you're going to say?
I'm not a big fan of high art
High
Yeah.
society.
people with money and their art. Depending on who you ask, a fart could be art. That's my opinion of high art. And so
Artsy.
to do a movie about it, the only
I was just gonna say.
Oh,
I was
sorry,
gonna
go
finish this off. I didn't particularly like anybody in Nightcrawler either. So
No.
I don't know why it worked.
Yeah.
And this one did not.
Yeah.
But I interrupted you.
no, I kind of agree with you on the. I don't recall Nightcrawler. Remind me again. Was Jake Gyllenhaal in that?
Yes, he was.
He was, and
you
Rene
guys
Rosso too.
Review that one.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a reporter that would do well.
Oh yeah.
He's
and
trying to get the.
He started like staging, or
Kind of, sort of.
It's kind of sort of yeah.
he wasn't. What was the word I'm looking for?
He was making the news that he was covering.
Yeah, and he got more and more just sensational, or more despicable throughout the night because he was pressured to come up with better. Yeah. Anyways, so that was the same director and a lot of the same cast. And this one, to me, I don't mind the cast. I always like John Malkovich and everything.
Yeah.
He's pretty
great,
much
yeah.
like, when you see him, it's John Malkovich. He could slap a wig on him or not have a wig. It's just going to be him in some way or another.
Right.
And he's one of the only guys that survives this movie. And that was probably the best thing about this movie, watching the artsy-fartsy people get murdered slowly.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, John Malkovich was an artist. He wasn't a buyer.
No.
And he wasn't selling anything, except for his own art.
Yeah.
And the guy who created the sphere, right?
Yeah.
He was an artist too, and he wasn't buying or selling anything other than his own art.
Yeah.
And those guys survived. So,
and
it was just the people that were flim-flamming and
Yeah, but wait,
finagling.
there's one. I thought about this theory. I went down to the exact same theory.
Okay.
But what about the helper guy in the truck that was driving the
he was supposed to take the pictures and
Yeah.
artwork.
right in the crates and he gets killed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's not in the flammy world of
But he went into the back of his pickup truck.
yeah.
He cracked one of those
And
things,
he
and he
looked
took
at it.
out some pieces,
Yeah.
and he put it back together, and he brought those pieces into the cab of the truck. And my theory was that he was going to peddle them
Okay.
outside of what he
All
was...
right. So if anyone you're shady at all, these paintings are going to get you.
Yeah.
But there's other people looked at the photo. I keep saying photos. The pictures, the artwork, like that intern that was from out of state, or she looked at him. So did Malkovich's character.
Yeah, but no, I'm not saying looking at him. Is that it'll leave some people alone, like you're saying.
Yeah.
It's Malkovich. They left alone. The other artist guy they left alone. But it goes after. It seems like maybe perhaps
The profiteers.
Profiteers from art.
And at the end of it all, it ends up with the guy on the street selling the art for $5 or something. So,
maybe you're right. If you're just going to profit, if anyone who tries to profit from this stuff, it's going to get you.
But it took everybody that looked at it took hold of them in a way, right? They all kind of like they'd be holding something. It was, and it moved and things. It did some freaky things to them. Mm-hmm. And we learned that the artwork, the ink, or the it's mixed with blood. Right?
Oh yes, from the artist. The artist's
blood. So one thing that bugged me is I would have liked to have known more about this artist.
I know.
Did we?
No, we don't find out.
He just appears dead, and he had all this stuff.
We get some sort of loose, lame biography of the guy, and which. I mean, I guess you could say we kind of they went through his childhood and stuff, right? And,
a little bit, yeah.
So I guess we get some background.
He made a deal with the devil or something?
Well, that's the thing.
He was a murderer. He killed his dad.
Yeah.
And he burned down his... No, wait, no. He went to a mental institution for something.
15 years or something? I don't know. He was,
he was a crappy dude, and he made a bunch of art, and he was actually trying to destroy it in the end.
Yeah, he said, "Do not destroy this," right? And they didn't, and look what happened.
Yeah, I know.
Here's the question: did he die? The artist himself, did he die of, say, natural causes, or did the art kill him?
The art probably killed him.
The art probably killed him. After all these years doing art, he's making all this art, and finally gets him. Why?
No, he's just old. I think he's just old.
Yeah.
This movie
is a strange place to. I don't. I guess wouldn't. You're sick. You'd think you'd die in bed. You wouldn't be out in a hall. But maybe he's just old. You're right. Who knows? Like a lot of things in this movie, a lot of stuff is unanswered. We don't really know.
Right? I wasn't sure if to take this serious or it was just a silly movie, like a silly kind of comedy horror.
It was at what is it? 44 minutes. Up until then, I thought this was just a pretentious artsy claptrap, garbage movie with garbage people.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't really like anybody in this movie.
I mean, there was one scene where one of the painting's eyes moved, but up until that point in the movie, you didn't see anything supernatural. Right?
No, that's right.
So you were just getting to know Morph.
Yeah.
And
what a pretentious name right there.
Redora.
He's the critic, right?
Yeah.
Morph, that right away. Who names their kid Morph? Come on.
He could have changed his name.
One thing I will give Morph is that
come on.
He couldn't be bought. He legitimately had an opinion on what
he became really crazy.
Was good art and what was bad art, and he had a legitimate view of that. Now, he couldn't be bought because one of the characters there tried to get him, sway him or something, and he got really offended.
Yes.
But at the same time, if he wants to get laid, apparently he'll go give Josephine's ex a bad review.
Yeah,
so
he crossed his own his standards got crushed there once he lost his woman there. But he really lost it at the end. He was going crazy, and he wanted to write this book about this collection of artwork. Right, he was gonna, and then he started learning that in fact, looking at it will kill you. And the bodies piled up. Each of them died in maybe one was a suicide. You're led to believe it wasn't. The one's arm got cut off by that spear thing. That was probably the most gruesome one.
And then everyone thought that was part of the display. That was golden.
Yeah,
if there was a good part of the movie, that was it. Even the children walked in and
like stomping around.
That was a bit much, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, exactly. That's art. I guess they thought it was art.
I remember I went into an art gallery when I was with my dad as a child, and we walk in and there's a hole. Like, there's the bricks in the wall going to outside. It's all broke. The wall's broken. And it's raining outside. And there's even some rain coming in from there. And I'm like, Dad, the building is broken. And he goes, that's part of the art, son. I'm like, was it? Yeah. It was a display. Really? Like, they had a little tag by it or whatever. Like, this was supposed to, this was a display. It was that they put a hole in the side of the building. So.
All right, then.
What did I know? As a kid, it looked stupid. It looked like you're getting rain in a friggin' building, right? But,
I haven't really experienced like submersive art.
Yeah.
Submersive?
You know what? I wouldn't know. I don't know the lingo, and I'm not going to pretend I do.
So. I get to the art gallery every once a year, usually to see something. So, all sorts of wacky stuff. Like
I don't, but I have been to England, and we went to an art museum there, and it was my one time going into like a really big artsy place that you couldn't see in a whole day because it was just that big.
Yeah.
So I go inside, and inside the building, there's another building, and it was made out of wood and shambles.
Oh, wow.
And it had mannequins inside, and you were expected to walk through the whole thing. And I didn't quite understand what was going on.
Yeah.
But all these mannequins were dressed like prostitutes.
Yeah.
And it was
interesting.
Wow. Yeah, it was this whole thing on. And
you went to, how old were you when you did this?
Oh, I did this like when I went to my brother's wedding.
So not that long.
Not that long ago.
Okay,
that would have been cool.
Wow.
It was really cool.
When you become part of the art, you walk into the art. Is that the
kind of sort of yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interactive art.
Interactive art.
Yeah. What was on the note of mannequins? There was that robot.
Oh yes.
Thing that ultimately kills Morph at the end.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the Terminator or something. All of a sudden, like it was.
I know, and it was like what? Was it possessed by? I guess it was possessed by whatever spirits are in it.
I don't know.
It's ridiculous. There's no explanation to this stuff. Yeah, it got silly. Yeah.
And it was capped off by that tattoo on
Redora
Hayes. Tattoo attacks her.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, she thinks she saved herself by removing all the art in the house.
Yeah.
But I mean, what is art, right? I mean, somebody designed her kitchen table for God's sakes. Is that art? I don't know.
There's some design goes into everything, right? So
yeah, exactly.
There's artistic elements and all kinds of things. So even this beer can, I mean.
Look at this. It's freaking beautiful.
Yeah. Lots of art on there. It could kill you now.
Yeah.
How would, at the very end, Piers Malkovich's character, you watched and saw the credits were rolling, and it's just him on his retreat. Remember there's one point where
he's dancing around.
He's with a stick in the sand doing art. Yeah. And that was all. It's like, he's fine. I kept watching, waiting to see if maybe he'd get bumped off. A shark would attack him or something.
Right.
But no, he survives.
Yeah, he survived. He didn't
and the assistant goes back to wherever she came from Nebraska or something.
Yeah. So. Yeah, because there's nobody left to give her a job.
She kept finding the bodies every time. It was kind of funny.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, she was everyone's secretary at some point, right? Like, or
the classic,
whatever, intern.
Intern, give me coffee or whatever kind of person, character.
When she found Morph, she was less surprised and more disappointed. She was like, damn it!
This is going to cost me more work. I lost a job. He was going to give her a job, right?
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's
because she was legitimately horrified both the previous two times. But at that point, she'd become desensitized.
Yeah, but she had that work lined up, and now she'd probably have to go, which she did. She had to taxi home.
You know, when we were focusing on Rene Russo's character, Redora, and she had removed all the art from her house, and she was just chilling out in their backyard.
She had a nice pad, man.
I thought they were going to spare her because she had a cat. I thought they were going to go in a different direction because the old guy had a cat.
Oh, yes.
And then I thought, she has a cat too. She's going to live. And
there was no real rhyme or reason to the murders or the demonic whatever situation.
Not really.
It felt like...
I mean, the only theory that the one that Steve came up at the beginning is that
if you profited...
You profit from art, you're a bad person.
I thought it was just a matter of looking at the work and then it would do its work on you.
Well, I think it's just the art. If you profit from the art that old man was doing.
Yeah.
But they weren't necessarily being killed by that particular art. They were being killed by
any art.
Any art.
Yeah, even a tattoo on your neck.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. That's a good point to make there about that. I guess that robotic thing was a piece of art that killed Morph at the end. He kind of got, raped. Did it look like against the fence, the robot?
Well, he broke his neck, yeah.
Broke his neck, but I don't know. It was kind of wacky.
So... Morph and Rosefina were shagging, right?
Josephina?
Josephina, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, they were. Shagging, right? Because they're British, right?
I guess so. Well, they were,
she was
doing the.
She probably was
doing
a
the
fake
nasty.
British accent too, with pretentious artsy fartsy. I bet she was like Canadian for all we knew.
She got involved with him because once upon a time they were together.
Right.
She had a boyfriend, and her boyfriend cheated on her.
Yeah.
Apparently, and then so her and Morph decided to hook up, but Morph was actually
Gay.
bi.
Bi.
He had a boyfriend at the time.
Yeah, yeah. And so he's running off with Ed every once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
and Ed's
What happened
Working
to Ed?
for Ed is working for
Redora. Right. He's feeding her inside info.
Yeah.
Everyone was despicable.
Yeah, there's
Despicable
no
people. Yeah, there's no good person.
That's
in
the
this.
problem with horror movies when there's nobody likable. I don't really care. And actually, I was kind of like, yeah, I get to see one of them pretentious ass artsy fartsies get whacked.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, that's it, right? I mean, horror movies are in general they're a turnoff, right? And so you need something to hang your head on.
Oh yeah, good horror movies. You care and you root or you hope they make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to identify with the character. That's when if you don't identify with the character,
compassion
you don't care
or care, give
exactly.
a rat's ass, or
that's right.
Or else then you're lost in the world of like Scream or those kind of movies where they're slapstick. They're you don't really care. It's just a fun ride. This wasn't necessarily a fun ride.
Yeah.
No.
Right? The murders, the gruesome murders could have been better. It could have amped it up. I don't know. There's a few of them that were different, but death by paint. The one that Josefina's.
Yeah, that
character.
was weird.
That was very odd.
It just kind of.
And why was she just okay? Like suddenly this thing appears and these doors are there, and she's just okay to go in, and it's like
she became the art at the end. She died in the paint or the
we could see her
on the building,
in the painting,
right? Yeah.
But she's like, isn't she on the phone? Oh, wait, I can't remember how this goes. Doesn't she go into the building to get protection from?
She thinks it's like somewhere she could just wait for because she was scared on the streets or whatever.
Right, but she's not concerned that a moment ago there was a brick wall there and now there's glass doors. This is not.
I guess she just assumed that she was wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's just crazy.
Stupid.
Yeah, I kind of got silly.
Yeah.
It was.
I
didn't really like this film. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Velvet Buzz. So, do you want to get into this trivia?
Yeah. Let's do that.
It might spark more conversation.
Let's hope.
Dan Gilroy, who calls himself a contemporary art aficionado who doesn't collect, went down a rabbit hole of research about the contemporary art world, working with multiple advisors during the process of writing the film and filming.
Yeah, this is the director, Dan Gilroy.
Dan Gilroy. Sorry, Dan. Sorry we couldn't like your movie.
Yeah, and of all the holes you want to go down, is this really, I don't know. I mean, I guess you had to for this movie.
Yes.
And he wrote the movie too, right?
He wrote it
so,
too. Jeez, Dan.
Yeah, you gotta pick better
Subject matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is just...
This is just garbage, Dan.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
what do I know?
What do you need to do to improve this movie? What needed to be?
Needs to not be so silly. To either take it serious or embrace the silliness of it and run.
You
with
got to
it.
go one direction or the other.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah,
right?
You got to do. This wrote an awkward middle.
Yeah.
You know,
and you didn't care about the characters, so at the end of it, it's like, all right.
You know what would have saved it for me if Morph had been a purist. If Morph had really believed in what he was doing, and he didn't, and we liked him.
Yeah.
If there was an effort for us to like Morph,
not really. No, I guess we didn't.
No, but if I agree with you. If we cared about Morph more,
or anybody, like just make one of the characters more like root for them.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been the main character, right? So they should have made,
he was,
to Steve's point, if he's the main character, you got to make him more likable. You know?
Yeah,
you guys were mentioning, I'll take the next...
Sure.
It is the second collaboration between Dan Gilroy and Jake Gyllenhaal, as well as Rene Russo. After Nightcrawler from 2014, when it comes to the crew, it is the third film. Gilroy and Jennifer Fox as the producer, John Gilroy as the editor, and Robert Eelswit as the cinematographer. The only major change is Marco Beltrami as the composer, which makes it the first time James Newton Howard was not scoring for a Dan Gilroy movie.
Oh, sorry,
that's a lot of name dropping there.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there.
I don't know what to say.
Sorry about
basically
that.
what I got from that is the second movie together with most of the crew.
Most of the crew, yeah. They got to change in the...
And as you guys have mentioned, Nightcrawler, you liked that one.
Much better. Loved that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because it was, I think I do recall seeing it, and it was more different. And it made you look at how society is. They don't care.
Well, and I
just
think,
to get the footage, that's all they care
yeah,
about.
and
It's
I
not
think
the plight of the person in the footage.
it was a world that the average guy, the average person can relate to. It's like trying to earn a buck.
Yeah.
And imagine if that's what you had to do. You went out and did that yourself. Like you could picture yourself going out and trying to do this, right?
Yeah.
Of course, we never would because this guy was a creep, right? But I mean, at least we could picture it. I couldn't know how to picture myself in this contemporary art world. Just what average guy can. You look at that and like, what?
I would never.
Maybe this movie would be grand to a bunch of like snooty art people.
Maybe.
Love this. What a great movie. Could be.
Maybe.
I'll read. Did you want to? Which one did you want to read?
I'll read whatever one you want me to read. I'll take the last one. How about that?
Okay. The term velvet buzzsaw has an explicitly sexual origin, related to cunnilingus.
Ooh la la!
Yeah, and it probably has something to do with like a vibrating tongue ring or something.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Velvet buzzsaw. Wow,
See,
sounds like a punk rock blowjob of sorts, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, and then wasn't that the band that she was in? Was a punk rock band?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, now I'm gonna have to Google that one.
Careful.
It's kind of a weak tie-in to what the movie. Why name it that? And it ends with her dying because of.
It was and that's more to that artsy fartsy stuff. Like even the title is kind of like, buzzsaw. I don't know. Yeah. Or unless we're missing something, which could be, maybe there's some bigger thing that should relate this to a velvet
maybe
buzzsaw.
we're just too like the commoner, low level artsy. We just don't get
listen.
Sophisticated level of.
What?
Steve,
I stand at the bus stop sometimes. I stand at the bus stop in downtown Winnipeg, and I feel like some people there around me think that I'm high society.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I've been to
There's
those
levels,
downtown.
right?
Are those the people that are panhandling?
You're talking around Porter's Place, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to get robbed just even walking down there. I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Rob,
this is an inside thing. If you're from Winnipeg, you know what we're talking about.
All right. Okay.
There's just like there's levels. There's levels, right?
Right. Fair enough. Yeah, we're hell and gone from the level of the contemporary art world.
We're pretty far down.
We're pretty far down. We're pretty
far away from.
Yeah, so maybe this movie's just out of our league.
Yeah,
you might have some answers in your final trivia there. Listen up.
All right. The principal characters are killed by artworks for which they express disdain or contempt. Mort by Hobo Man,
That was Hobo Man?
which are referred to as unoriginal and lacking courage.
Yeah.
Redora by her velvet buzzsaw tattoo, which she expressed embarrassment. Josephina by graffiti, which she repeatedly mocked. And Gretchen by sphere, which she laughed at the mere sight of. So don't mock the art, don't criticize the art, or it will kill you.
Well, did the guy that was driving the artwork mock it, or he seemed like he liked it?
See, he's the thing. Everyone forgets about him.
He drove and he was like, he really got it. He was like, everybody thought he was like, what was his job to be like setting up the exhibits?
Right, but he kept on saying that he's an artist too. But no one cared about his art. Right?
No, nobody cared about his art. He got killed by those monkeys in that.
Oh yeah, in the painting.
In the painting.
In the bathroom, right? He was in the bathroom.
He goes to. He ends up at a gas station that wasn't there, or opens up. Right, the guy in the
Well, it looked like it's almost a deserted.
deserted.
yeah.
Crashed into it. Had a car accident because there's something in the painting freaked him out or something.
No, he lit himself on fire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought he was going to burn right there,
and he went into the gas station. Didn't he?
Yeah, because he was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, I don't know what else to say about this movie.
All right, I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah,
right.
We got enough. I mean,
how are we doing for time? Oh yeah, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
I like what you said, Steve. Depending on who you ask, a fart could be art.
And this was a fart.
Get a T-shirt with that on there.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea.
Take that, high society.
I should sell T-shirts.
Yeah, you can have all your slogans. You know, all your one-liners for every movie.
That's a good one. That ranks in your top 10.
Nice. Okay. Be sure to check out primarythecritical.com. We got all our podcasts there, ready for you to peruse at your leisure. Please like, share, subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
We love to hear from you. You know, I'm very shiny. I don't know if that's coming through.
Yeah, it's looking pretty. We're looking pretty white.
What?
Like whiter than sour cream kind of white. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe let's check the playback, Steve. Oh, that makes it so much better now. You're hoodlum.
Anyway, have a great day. And then next week, Monday at noon, we're covering Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Nice.
Which is John's pick.
No, it's Phil's pick.
Oh,
yeah.
I got it mixed up.
Oh, it's a fun, ultra-violent movie. Just enjoyable with the family. Come on, kids. It's one movie.
Right. I can't wait to talk about it. I really thought this was yours. I'm so sorry.
No. Was that mine?
We'll get to his.
We'll get to his. And we'll be wearing the same clothes when we do.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Primarily critical.